mulato,
mulata,
moreno,
morena,
negrito,
negrita,
prieto,
prieta,
mestizo,
mestiza,
indio,
india,
blanco.
blanca. Right now, all over Hudson County, families are having the difficult conversations of race as we experience unrest throughout this country in response to the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and many others. This is a moment of reckoning. However, this is not an episode about racism.
America is a country that from its very inception has been a country of immigrants, and as such, we have communities all over this nation that are built around the many foreign cultural identities that we have. New Jersey is by far one of the best examples of this.
Take Hudson County, for example, one of the most diverse counties in New Jersey. Our population is 41% Hispanic, 29% white, 15% Asian, and 13% Black.
And among those races, there's a lot to navigate. You're American, you're Latino, you're Black, you're Indigeno, you're also what country you or your family came from, and this causes all kinds of identity issues and confusion. Take a moment to contemplate this.
Latinx has no skin tone. Add in the power structure of race. White equals power and desirability. Lighter skin is seen as better, even in our own communities. This is what you call colorism. Colorism is that Dominican guy that says, I'm not Black, I'm Dominican.
Colorism is that Cuban guy that enjoys all the privileges of whiteness, is cynical about the struggle of people of color, and is casually racist as if it's acceptable because he claims to be Latino.
How many of us have stories of our abuelitas telling us not to date a negrito or moreno because it implies lowering your status? This doesn't only happen in lighter skinned families, but also in darker skinned families, where they see marrying whiteness as a way to move up the socioeconomic ladder. It's very important we realize that our brand of colorism as Latinos here in the US is both homegrown and imported.
I remember my abuelita, and she used to call babies with blonde hair and blue eyes, "Ay, tan bello, angelitos," while never saying the same thing about babies with dark features. Colorism doesn't just exist in Latinx cultures and communities, but it's a social construct so prevalent that it practically identifies us. Being Latinx almost undoubtedly comes with being colorist, and you know what? I'm pretty sure you guys already know that.
No se hagan. It undeniably exists. Even as Latinx, you can't not see color. Color confines us to a social hierarchical structure that we sometimes unknowingly participate in.
On June 6, 2020, organizer James De Los Santos of North Bergen organized a Black Lives Matter march from James Braddock Park on 79th Street to the Celia Cruz Memorial down on 31st Street in Union City. You should have seen the crowds.
Despite everything we just said about colorism in the Latinx community, thousands of protesters of all ages, colors, backgrounds showed up on Bergen Line Avenue to walk together in solidarity, fists up, to protest the racial injustices that our darker brothers and sisters have faced for way too long.
That's right, Latinx people from all over North Hudson County said enough is enough, and injustice to one is an injustice to all of us. And at this march, we said loud and proud as a community that we will not tolerate injustices based on the color of someone's skin.
And while this march alone won't stop the colorism and outright racism experienced in many families throughout Hudson County, the necessary conversations are happening at dinner tables across America. Now is the time to face our demons, America.
For much too long, light-skinned members of our community enjoyed passing as white, enjoying all the privileges that come with it, while turning a blind eye to injustice after injustice after injustice. So Steph, why did we bring this up about colorism?
Because colorism harms all communities of color. In identifying this phenomenon, we help individuals acknowledge the dangerous pathology that lighter is better. So while many just think the issue is racism and say, oh, I'm not racist, it's actually much more subtle. Diversity is not solved by including exclusively light-skinned people of the spectrum.
The solution requires us to look within at internalized aspects of white supremacy and anti-darkness and reject it outright. This means constantly and quietly checking yourself. We need to learn our long history of colonialism and its effects that it's had on our psyche.
If you're a light-skinned passing person, use that privilege to demand justice for all. Break down those social constructs. Elevate each other, celebrate each other's beauty, work as a collective to build a better society, empower and love each other.
And with that, this has been
Chat North Hudson.